What's up, everybody? It is February 2nd, and it is Friday, so we're going Woozy Friday, and then Daily Stoic. We're on verse 8, chapter 1, governing the state. Marquess Wu was discussing martial affairs and found that none of his ministers could match his talent. The Marquess dismissed the court, looking pleased. Wu Qi stepped forward and said, "There was an occasion in the past when Prince Zhuang of Zhu was also discussing matters. He too was unrivaled by his ministers, but when he withdrew from court, he looked worried. Master Shin asked, "What troubles you, my lord?" Prince Zwang replied, "I have heard that there are many wise rulers in other states and worthy advisers to serve them too. If I could learn from such advisers, then Chu would become strong enough to assert itself among its neighbors. If I had such men as my friends, I could accomplish even greater things. I am a man of limited ability, and not even my own ministers are better than me. Our country is in great peril." Wu Qi explained, "Your behavior exactly what Prince Zwang was worried about that day, my lord, and yet you seem to think it is cause for celebration. This terrifies me." The Marquis was left looking ashamed. Okay, so a good leader knows that he is not the smartest in the room. He's not the brightest. A good leader knows that through others, through teamwork, through great minds, more to, all of that, it's better to defer to your advisors, knowing that no man is the smartest in the room, not even yourself. I would say my biggest personal growth came from accepting that I'm not as smart as I thought I was. It's kind of a folly of youth. And that you end up reading about it, and a lot of people kind of go through that. They think they're and we know too that it's just a natural logical fallacy for humans, and of course it is. I mean, right? It's your life, of course. But when you can just kind of humble yourself and take a step back and look at things, then it starts to make a little bit more sense. You gain a little bit more clarity, and then you feel a little bit better about yourself. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. Okay, so let's go over to the Daily Stoic real quick. A Proper Frame of Mind by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. Okay. Frame your thoughts like this: you are an old person. You won't let yourself be enslaved by this any longer. No longer pulled like a puppet by every impulse, and you'll stop complaining about your present fortune or dreading the future. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 2.2. Okay. We resent the person who comes in and tries to boss us around. Don't tell me how to dress, how to think, how to do my job, how to live. This is because we are independent, self sufficient people. Or at least that's what we tell ourselves. Yet if someone says something we disagree with, something inside us tells us we have to argue with them. If there's a plate of cookies in front of us, we have to eat them. If someone does something we dislike, we have to get mad about it. When something bad happens, we have to be sad, depressed, or worried. But if something good happens a few minutes later, all of a sudden we're happy, excited, and want more. We would never let another person jerk us around the way we let our impulses do. It's time we start seeing it that way. That we're not puppets, that we can be made to dance this way, or that just because we feel like it. We should be the one in control, not our emotions, because we are independent, self sufficient people. Okay, so going back to frame your thoughts like this: you're an old person. Okay, like if you're an old person, like frame your thoughts from the perspective of being old, having done all of this stuff time and time and time again. I think that's one of the great lessons from that woozy, right? Is like the greater the ruler, he knows like time and time again, like if he doesn't utilize his advisors and all of these other people that help him make great decisions, he can't make great decisions. And so I think that's the lesson we need to take away, is that frame your thoughts from the wise, like be wise. Frame your thoughts from that perspective of like, what does this entail? And given that, we can keep standing tall.